All right, so in section 5, we're going to be talking about how do we solve systems of equations. And the first method we're going to use, we're going to learn 3 methods, but the first method we're going to use is graphing. And hopefully, like I said earlier, we've gotten so good with graphing in that y equals mx plus b that this method will not feel hard. Starting with some vocab, a systems of equations is 2 or more linear equations that use the same variable or variables is going to form a systems of equation. The solution to a system of linear equations is the ordered pair that makes all of the equations in the system true. So we saw with that investigation activity that word solution a lot. And again, that solution is just the point. An ordered pair is just a point. So you're looking for what's that xy point that the both equations share. Okay? We don't really have steps for this process, but when we are solving a systems of equation, the first thing we're going to want to do is make sure both equations are written in that slope-intercept form. And again, we've been using that slope-intercept form a lot. That's that y equals mx plus b form. So we're going to make sure that both of our equations are in that form, and then we can find the solution to the system by looking at that point of intersection. Or we're looking for that point for where our lines cross, where our lines intersect one another, the point that they both share. All right? When we're graphing these, or using any other method, we've got 3 types of solutions that are possible. The first type of solution that you're going to see is when you have those intersecting lines. So your lines intersect, and they intersect at that one point. If you draw your graphs and they cross at one point, whatever the xy pair of that point is, that is your one solution. There's one solution to that system, and it's that point where they cross. And a lot of you guys were already doing this yesterday with that activity. You figured it out. I'm looking for that point where they cross, and that point is the solution. Okay? But when we graph, we could also graph our lines and end up finding that our lines are parallel. And if our lines are parallel, that means that they're never going to intersect. So there's no solution that they share, or there's no point that they share, and that's when we would see no solution. If you have parallel lines that are never going to cross, then you have no point of intersection, so there's no solution to that system. All right? And then our last option is we could end up graphing our lines, and they're the same line. So we've graphed one, we go to graph the other, and it basically sits right on top. And so if it's the same line, it intersects at every single point. If it's the same line, they don't just share one point, they share infinite number of points. So this would be an example of infinite solutions. So we are looking for where our lines cross, but they won't always do that. If they are parallel, the solution is no solution. If we end up graphing them and they're the exact same line, then the solution is infinite solutions, because we're not going to sit here and list every single point, right? We're just going to say infinite. Okay, so let's practice. We've got 4 practice problems. Again, like I said, we're going to work through them together. Number 1 is going to be nice and easy because both of those equations are already in y equals mx plus b. So for the first one, y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Well, m, the slope is 1 over 2, and b, the y-intercept is 4. So we're going to start at 4, go up 1 and to the right 2. Or I could go down and left. I can connect those points, draw my line. And then I can move on to equation 2, which is y equals negative x plus 7. So this is a negative 1, remember, in front of that x. So m, the slope, is negative 1 over 1, and b, the y-intercept, is 7. So I would start up at 7 on the y-axis, and then this slope is negative, so that line needs to be decreasing. So you should be going down and right. So we're going down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And when I make that third point, I have found where they intersect. So you don't need to like keep making points. Once you find that point of intersection, just connect, draw your little arrows. And then when you are labeling this coordinate, you need to make sure you look at the x value first and then the y. So the solution to this is 2, 5. Because the solution is that point that they cross. You're looking for where do they intersect. That's your solution. And that's 2, 5. All right. Number 2. Our first equation is y equals 3/2 x. So let's label the slope, label the y-intercept. M, the slope, is 3 over 2. And what is the b if there is no plus b? 0. Very good. So my first point is going to be right in the middle at 0, 0. And then from there, I have a 3 over 2 slope. So I'm going up 3 and to the right 2 because it's positive. So up 3 over 2. Or I could go down and left. My second equation is not in y equals mx plus b. So before I graph my second equation, I need to get this y all by itself. So if I'm trying to get y by itself, remember the first thing I want to do is bring this x over to the right side. And since this is a minus x, I'm going to do the opposite of a minus x, which is to add the x. So I have 2y equals, these are not like terms, I do not combine them. So 2y equals x minus 8. And I can even put a 1 in front of this if I want. So 1x minus 8. Now, the only thing I need to do to get y by itself is undo this coefficient. 2 and y are being multiplied, so I need to divide. And when I divide everything by that 2. So y equals, well, what's 1 divided by 2? Yep, which is what as a fraction? Yep, so we got 1/2 x, good job. And then negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So now our equation is in that y equals mx plus b form, where the slope is 1 over 2, and then b is negative 4. So I'm going to start at negative 4. Again, I have a positive slope, so my line needs to be going up. So I'm going up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1. You'll notice as I'm moving to the right, I'm not getting any closer to the blue line. So let's see what happens when I go left. And I go down 1 into the left 2, down 1 into the left 2. There we go. Now I have run into my first line. And they have crisscrossed right there. And that point where they crisscross, that point where they intersect, that's my solution. And when I label this point, make sure you label x and then y. So the x coordinate is -4, and then the y coordinate is -6. So -4, -6 is that xy pair that they have in common. Everybody good? All right, then let's move on. We got 2 more. Let's look at number 3. The first equation for number 3 is 3x plus 6y equals -12. So the first one I'm going to need to rearrange. So I'm going to just rewrite it down here so I have some room. So again, just like we did in the last equation and like we've done so much lately, we're trying to get this y by itself. So the first thing we're going to need to do is move this 3x over to the other side. Since our 3x is positive, we're going to do the opposite of positive 3x, which is a -3x. So I'm going to bring down the 6y, bring down the equal sign. Once again, when I'm adding and subtracting, those aren't like terms, so I just have to leave them as -3x minus 12. Then the last thing I have to do to get y by itself is undo this coefficient. Since they're being multiplied, I'm going to divide. And when I divide everything. So I've got y is equal to -3 divided by 6 is going to be, very good, -1/2 x. And then when I do -12 divided by 6, I get, awesome, good job. So there's the equation of your first line in y equals mx plus b. Y equals -1/2 x minus 2. So my slope is -1/2, and then b is -2. So I start at -2, and then from there I've got a negative slope. So that line better be decreasing if I have a negative slope. So I'm going down 1 and to the right 2. Or I can go up and left. I can connect those points. And I can move on to my second equation. My second equation is already in that y equals mx plus b form. M, the slope is a -1/2, and b, the y-intercept is -4. Does this line have something in common with the line we've already drawn? It has the same m. It has the same slope. Good job. And remember, like we learned in the last section, if two lines have the same slope, that means that they are parallel. So you'll notice when you go to graph this, if I start at -4 and then down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, I'm seeing that same exact rate of change. So my lines are never going to cross. I've got these two lines that are parallel that are never going to crisscross, which means the solution to the system is there is no solution. If the solution is no solution, you got to write it. No solution. All right, last one. Our two equations, y equals -5 and x equals 3. Hopefully, you notice right away that each of these equations only has one of our variables, which means our special cases lines, which means you need to be thinking in your head, hoi vux, because they each only have one variable. None of them have y equals mx plus b. We have y equals -5, and we have x equals 3. So this first equation is y equals, which means this line is going to be horizontal. So it's going to be a horizontal line that goes through -5. And then my second line is x equals, so that's our vux. So if we look at vux, this v tells me that that's going to be vertical. So I have a vertical line that goes through x equals 3. And I see where that horizontal and vertical line intersect. So that's going to be my solution. So the x coordinate of that point is 3, and the y coordinate of that point is -5. All right.